Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma, and today we're gonna get a quick project done. I hope it's quick. My dinner's cooking and I'm gonna take 30 minutes to take down this Hebe. This shrub that's right behind me is a type of Hebe. It's often called a coyote bush. There's other plants that are called coyote bushes, so I try not to do that. It's done blooming. It's been done blooming for maybe like 3 weeks. And it is very woody in the interior because we have not been trimming it. This was Jasmine's favorite like little fort to crawl under and hang out all summer long. Jasmine was our Great Pyrenees that passed away this spring, and now that she's not here to enjoy the fort, it's time for me to cut this baby back. It's massive and it just needs to get under control, and the more you let it grow and the more like leggy it becomes, the weaker the shrub actually becomes, because it's holding so much canopy weight that eventually it's going to splay out. You can kind of see that hole right there behind me. That's because the weight of the leaves have kind of pulled those boughs down because they're not strong, because they haven't been pruned. So I'm going to get in there. I will not cut into the wood because it won't, it's one of those types of woody shrubs that doesn't rejuvenate. So if you cut into the wood, it's not going to create more leaves. But if I cut into the canopy that's still growing, that will branch and create better structure. Hopefully that makes sense. The sun is basically right, it's like right over the house right now. Probably by the time I'm done, I could turn the camera around and kind of show you really what's going on in there. I will attempt to do that right before I get started, but I'm just going to be using this hedge trimmer. It's by Greenworks, and I have some loppers with me and pruners. Mostly I'll just be using the hedgers. I might need the loppers to do a little like detail later, but let's move with purpose because I want to get this done before dinner's done, and also raked out and cleaned hopefully before all that happens too. So woo! So just to give you a little bit of a before, this is the shrub right here. You could see how woody it is underneath. And there's a rhododendron there and a pyrus right here. And then technically this is two of the same shrub. You could see where the crown of the plant is. And then it branches up and it's really sparse in there. And then you could see how this branch has really reached, and let's see if I can get in here. If it wasn't quite so heavy up there, it might spring up. If not, I might have to, I don't know. I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is just take the top off and shape it, and then we'll see where we are with the lower structure. going to come at it from a couple of different angles. So this is the front side of the Pyaris and the rhododendron. I'm going to get in it from here, and then we'll go around the corner.
What a difference.
All right, that is it. That's as best as I could do for now. I'll give you a little bit closer of a view. You can obviously see the structure even more now. The hole is still there, but maybe not as prominent as it was. I'm not sure. I did lessen the weight, but it didn't really seem to spring up much. But at least it's like a nice uniform from the top view anyway. The most significant difference is from the moon garden, whereas it was a couple feet into the moon garden and now it's completely out of the moon garden, which means this hanging basket will have a lot more sun, which is fine because all of those plants can take sun or shade. That is a proven winner's double up white begonia, and thankfully those particular begonias can take sun or shade. So I'm not worried about that changing much. If anything, it'll grow even better. I took off the top here, a little hard to get right in the middle, but it's uniform enough. You could see that the rhodie is now actually taller than Hebe, which is how I would prefer it to be, in sort of layers. And then I can just show you here how, like, this is the growth, right? So like this is all there is. There's nothing on the interior. So as time goes, I will probably like do a little bit more detailed pruning, getting rid of all of these little tiny spindly things, and then it'll become more like what it is over there on that side, where it's just like empty branches. I kind of like that better if I'm going to be looking at a shrub that doesn't have a whole lot of foliage. Then I definitely want the structure to be something beautiful to look at. I don't necessarily find that super beautiful. So yeah, I'll be doing a little bit more detail when I have a little bit more time. All right, well, that's it for this project. It took me just over 30 minutes, and all of the green growth on this shrub is about 3 inches long. So if I cut any deeper than that, we're just gonna have a well-structured stick bush. And there won't be any more growth. So I'm leaving it for now because it's something green to look at, and it serves a purpose in the structure of the garden. But I think we will most likely look into what we want to do with this corner now, whether that's planting something or certainly removing these shrubs. I don't know. It's time to dream and create a new, beautiful, sacred space. It's like a perfect little area to create sort of a secret nook. So that would be kind of a fun idea to play with. But for now, at least it's all trimmed back. And even if I don't get around to doing it until some other year, I know that it's been trimmed, which means that next year there should be blooms, because there's plenty of time for it to put on new growth, and it blooms on old. Does it bloom on old or new? I always get confused, and I don't trim it, and then it doesn't bloom, and then I do trim it and it doesn't bloom. I don't know. I didn't plant this here. I'm not entirely sure what it is, except that I know it's some sort of a Hebe. Anyway, so that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're celebrating your life, and we will see you in the next video.